Hello sweeties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello. I am Thea, also known as Sweetsimlish over on Instagram and TikTok, and I upload videos to YouTube twice a week. So first of all, I'd like to start off this build by apologising for my disgustingly congested voice. I got really ill on Saturday and I just haven't recovered from it yet, so sorry if I sound very unpleasant on the microphone, but it is what it is. Hope I get better soon. But today we are building this apartment. It's actually in San Myshuno. It has 3 bedrooms, 3 apartments in the overall building, and then I've also decided to add sort of like this street addition to the side of the build. You'll see in a minute. But on stream we have actually completed one of the apartments, the entrance, and also the surroundings. I'm not really too good at building surroundings, but I thought I'd go for it in this build, to sort of make it feel immersed in the city, because obviously this is a residential lot, and when you build an apartment on a residential lot, Sims won't come and occupy the space. But I just thought it would be nice to sort of have it really merge in with the surroundings, because obviously this building alone looks kind of pathetic and sad. It's just it's just a building in the middle of a lot. But with like I put in some food stalls, and I actually make a bakery at one point, I think. People on the live stream encouraged me to do that, so I put in the bakery and some food stalls. Obviously it's not going to be occupied by people, but you know, that's where our imagination comes into it in Sims. We would just pretend that there's people there. And also, I guess you can change this to a community lot if your Sims wasn't, if your Sim, if you didn't have your Sim living on this lot, you can change it to a community lot. Maybe one of your Sims friends live here or something, and you can come and visit and obviously use the facilities that are on the lot, like the bakery and the food stalls. But regardless of them not really being occupied, I think it looks really cute, and I'm sort of actually regretting not keeping this brown and white colour swatch at the entrance of the building, because I actually think it looks so cute. And also the car park on the side, I actually move it to the back, so that brick wall that you see at the back, that's where the car park is. I don't know, I'm sort of regretting some of the changes that I've made now, but maybe this is still unfinished. We're going to complete it on a live stream, I think today or tomorrow, over on TikTok. So if you want to go watch it, come and hang out. You know, my TikTok is linked in the bio, and then if you follow me on TikTok, you'll get a notification every time I go live on there, and that's where we're finishing it off. So I might actually redo that color swatch of the brown brick and the white brick outside, because I thought it looks that actually looks really pretty. I was doubting myself a little bit, but I feel like the build overall needs a bit more interjection of color. It's a bit dark. It is a bit dark, I will give you that, but overall it's really pretty. I wanted to use that pergola so badly in this build, but I just couldn't make it fit. I've been wanting to use it in the past 2 builds, I think, that I've uploaded on here, and I just can't seem to make it work. I'm gonna have to dedicate a whole build just to that item because it is actually so pretty, but I just don't. It's massive, so I don't really know how to integrate it. But here we are on the outs of the apartment, and we are just adding some surroundings, you know, making it feel lived in, more like a street than a lot. I wanted to give off like some, I don't even know what you call it, just like a highly populated area, densely populated area in the city. And also, this is inspired by, there are some really pretty apartments near the London Eye in London, and they sort of have this like courtyard, and just an area where you can sit. It's quite like communal and pretty, but the space in itself is quite small, obviously, because it's surrounded by like massive tower blocks of apartments. But I thought that was really pretty, and I wanted to replicate it in this build. So I think I did that pretty well. I don't know. You gotta let me know what you think in the comments, because when I'm building, I think, oh my goodness, this looks so horrible. And then people come in the live and be like, you're amazing at building. So I guess it's just, it's like art. It's subjective, isn't it? The bakery. Here is the bakery. I decided to add a back entrance and a front entrance. I think I'm actually going to make it into like a coffee shop / bakery. So if I put a bar in there or a barista bar, then you can actually hire someone to come and work in there. Same with the vendors. So your sim could actually use, like, if your sim just wanted to go get a coffee on their lot, they can hire a barista to come and make them a coffee, and they can go chill in there with their friends. That would be so cool. And then they don't have to leave their house either, because it's sort of like an open world, isn't it? Because it was on the same lot. Oh, maybe I should do like a whole, it would be really fun to make a whole complex where there's loads of apartment blocks and like loads of shops, and then you would on like a big 60 by 60 lot, 64 by 60, and then your sim would never have to leave the lot. They could do everything there. There could be a swimming pool, a bowling alley. It sounds so fun. I might have to look into planning that because I'm gagged. I've gagged myself. But this is the bakery. I actually have a vision to change it. So it's not just all blocky and flat. I kind of want to make the entrance on the side, and then yeah, because I feel right now the buildings themselves, the buildings that I build are quite square and like rectangular. They don't have many like angled corners. So I'm thinking that would just be a nice element to implement into this build. Now we're moving on to the entrance of the build. Obviously this is just like a little reception space where you would come and say hi to the receptionist that lives in the building, and you know, they might log in, check in visitors that you have, or if you have I don't know, food come in from you ordered food, they would pick up the food for you and tell you, hey, your food's downstairs, come and collect your food, or they'd bring it up to you. I don't know. I get the vibe that this is quite a posh, like a fancy, high-end apartment block. And here I wanted to have a little like post box area. If you had parcels come in, that's where your parcels would go and you go pick it up. Quite Americana, but it's pretty nevertheless. And then this is the apartment that we worked on stream. And so I just apologize now because if I just stop, it's because I'm talking to the chat and I'm sort of trying to process if the chat likes what we're doing, and how I can change things, because people in chat, they give really nice suggestions. So I always ask chat, like, what do you guys think I should do here? Because sometimes there is a suggestion in the chat that just pops off and it takes the build from 100 to 150 and just makes it look so pretty. So I really like to get chat's input on the builds that we do on live, because some of them are just like, some of the people on the chat, like some of you guys are just so creative, and I'm gagged because I'm not creative like that. I'm not a creative girly. I mean, I am a creative as in I like making art and singing and dancing, but I'm not imaginative. I don't have an imagination, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So if it wasn't for some of you on the chat, the builds would just look so plain and boring. But this, I think on stream we decided that this was an apartment for a young guy who's got a little bit of money, you know, and he has enough money to rent out a 2-bedroom apartment, and he's decided to just convert the second bedroom into a office/gym, and then the bigger bedroom is his personal space. We were at first, I was envisioning 2 brothers living here, but by the time that we furnished it was definitely given like young entrepreneurial guy who lives here on his own. He doesn't really have any friends or any, you know, romantic relationships in his life. He's really money driven. So that's what we were going for here. Oh, and this fireplace that I use, recently I've been absolutely gagged by that fireplace. I love it. I never really use it in my builds because when it first came out with City Living, I just hated it. I honestly I honestly hated that fireplace, but having it makes sense to have it in an apartment because it looks like a fireplace that you've just purchased and you've popped up in your home, whereas all the other fireplaces in the game are quite traditional. I just really like that fireplace. I think it's very cute and just it's just nice. So the kitchen area, I actually quite struggled with the kitchen area if you was on the live. I hated it. But the more that you look at it, the less weird it looks, and so it just becomes normal. But I was really happy with the seating area, like the living room. I wouldn't imagine that he's in there much, but hey ho, it is the biggest part of the apartment. Maybe if he was entertaining people, he would sit there, you know. See, look, this is where I'm pausing and I'm talking to the chat. I tried to edit all of it out, but I probably missed some of it, but what are you going to do? Oy vey, oy vey. So now we're moving into this is the office gym. It's quite small and it's quite compact, but I guess it works for him. And it's functional. We got handyman in there to check that everything works, and everything works fine. Do you know what we didn't playtest? We didn't playtest the bedroom, but I'm sure it will work fine. If it doesn't, that's something we're going to have to deal with on the live today or tomorrow. But we'll fix it though. If it doesn't work before I upload it, we'll fix it. So in this build, I forget to say we're actually trying to limit our use of packs. So I think currently we've used Laundry Day, City Living, Get Together, Base Game, and something else. So I didn't want to use all the packs, obviously, because it's a bit unfair for people who want to download this build but don't have the packs, and I understand the packs are so expensive. So I just made that decision to limit the packs and make it more accessible to different players. So the last room in this house is the bathroom, and then it's going to go onto the screenshots. So I hope you enjoyed the build. Let me know in the comments below what you liked about this build. Maybe leave a like if you liked it as well. I hope to see you in the next part, so have a good day wherever you are in the world, guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.